Well, folks, how you all doing? Oh, sorry for being so late. What a clusterfuck of a day it's been. Anyway, we're with you now, and there's a bunch of you watching. Thanks for sticking with us, and sorry for being late. I had to get everything set up here, out in the garden, beside the smoke pit. Nothing's in tune. Everything's having a panic. Anyway, well. Thank you for watching again. Welcome to episode 3 of Cookin Up the Blues. I'm trying to see what's going on here. I hope you're all doing good. Some of you might have caught my live stream show last night as part of Ireland's Harvest Time Blues Festival. That was fun. And this week on Cookin Up the Blues, we are hitting the smoke pit. That way. And I've got a couple of cool recipes for you. First though, let's get things going with some music. I don't even know if the guitar's in tune, if the guitar's in one piece, but I thought to get us in the mood for some barbecue, I should play a song that I've not played for a long time, but it's the nearest thing I do to a swamp two-step, and it's this is called The New Transparent Dave. I've got an invisible shoulder. But for the moment, we'll have to live with that. I'm going to play you a song. It's called She's Gone. It goes like this. She won't be back again. I loved her and she used me. Love so blind I could not see. She's gone and she won't be back. Met her on a Borders bus, traveled miles, two of us. Set up home up in the west. I really thought she was the best. Some time, did hard labor in the mine. She spent my money, she broke my heart. I never saw it at the start. She's gone and she won't be back. She left on the eastbound train. I know she won't be back again. That's why I feel so blue. I loved her so and she never knew. She's gone and she won't be back. She's gone and she won't be back. She's gone and she won't be back. She's Gone, specially for episode 3 of Cooking Up the Blues. Now I'm hoping you're going to bear with me just a moment or two while I try and stop myself being so ghost-like here. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to try and do something clever here. Now whether something clever will actually work or not, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's try and make this all a little bit better. Whoa. Look at that. And he's gone. Maybe that'll do. Let's go with that. Hopefully I'm not as transparent. I was in far too much of a hurry. Anyway, where are we now? Yeah, that was a song called She's Gone. It's ages and ages since I've played that song. And, oh, it's getting windy here. And the midges are out as well. See, that's what happens when you have to stoat about outside and be half semi-invisible. Anyway, we are going to start the first recipe, which is smoked chicken. But we're going to start off with a rub because this is a better and cheaper than a pre-made rub, and it's really good for pork and chicken. So this is what we're going to do. Well, it looks like I made a bit of... Oh, you've still got my specs on. It looks like I made a bit of an arse of that. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go back and give you some of this with what's happening. I've just had no time to set this up properly. Let's see if we can get the microphone working now. Excuse me while the computer, the control centre is off screen at the moment. So let's see if I can actually add... We should be having audio. Yeah, we do have audio. Why have I not got it here? Bear with me just a minute or two while I... This should be working. Black magic device. Recipe 2. Oh no, I'm on the wrong thing. Oh dear, dear me. Let's see what we can do here about getting some audio. I want to get any audio. Sorry about this, folks. See, episode 3 and it's still an absolute clusterfuck. I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's have a wee look and see if anything's going to come in on this video now. Oh, there we do. We have it all. Here we go. So, once again, 3/4 of a cup each of dark brown and white sugar. Then add 1/4 of a cup of paprika. Half a cup, no, 1/4 cup of garlic powder. It's hard to find this in the supermarket. I got this big tub online and it's lasted a couple of years. Oh dear me, what am I doing? Then what goes in now? Oh, hello Kat, Kate Adams and Josh at Unique Beats and Brad. Then in goes a couple of tablespoons of ground pepper, black pepper. Give it another mix. And then a couple of tablespoons of ground ginger go in. I hope you're getting me explaining what's going on now. Hello Dave Arcari. I'm hurrying as fast as I can. I'm making an absolute arse of this. And then 2 tablespoons of onion powder, and kind of like the garlic powder, it only seems to be available as granules in the supermarket, so another online tub to the rescue. And then finally, 2 teaspoons of rosemary powder. I just put normal dried rosemary in the blender to kind of break it down a bit. And now the chicken thighs. For standalone barbecue chicken, it's best to use skin on, bone in thighs. You get a big tray of about 15 from Costco for it's only about a £5. And if I'm making smoked chicken as an ingredient for something else, I'll sometimes use thigh fillets. Anyway, I like to trim off excess skin and fat And have a wee feel about for any stray bone fragments and get rid of them. Nobody likes that in their gob. Then it's time to give them a good sprinkling of the rub that we made. Don't be stingy with it, and kind of get it under the loose skin as well. Then wrap it up. Bit of cling film, sorry, not very environmentally friendly. Wrap it up, put it in the fridge to soak up the flavours overnight. Once the smoker's up to temperature, about 225 degrees, and you've got some wood chunks in there, we'll look at the smoker in more detail later for the next recipe. Lay out the chicken, stick a temperature probe in one of the thighs so you know when they're close to being ready. And then 2 or 3 hours later, when the test thighs reach 165 to 170 degrees, I use a thermopen to check the rest. Some need a few minutes more. You can take the ones out that are ready, wrap them in foil, then a towel, stick them in a cool box, faux cambro, and they'll stay hot for a few hours. Well, there we go. That was the chicken that was. These chicken thighs really are. Oh look, you're getting my bits of paper here. You're not meant to really see what I'm doing. Anyway, the chicken thighs are a favourite, especially with Alabama white barbecue sauce, and we'll maybe do that in a future episode. Meantime, I'll try and maintain tonight's theme with another song. Oh, there's Dorothy Mullen. Thermopens are great. Thanks, Dorothy. I'm trying to see here who's... Oh, there's Melanie Buchanan and Ian Wallace. Samuel Judge, Shirley Fraser. Thanks a lot. Oh, I've lost my live stream again. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And I hope you're getting a good laugh at me making a complete and utter arse of this. You see, I've tried to move everything outside to the garden and run between the garden and the kitchen and be semi-invisible in places. It's absolutely nuts. I think I've got a nice green tinge in my hair as well. So, anyway, I'm going to try and maintain tonight's theme with another song. And this one is charts the very first USA tour, which included a show at sadly no longer Bayport Barbecue in Minnesota, home of the Deep Blues Festival. And I'm hoping that this banjo was hanging up on the wall until a few minutes ago. It sounds kind of roughly in tune. And then before we go on to the next bit of the recipe, I'm going to have to try and make sure there's sound so you can hear what's going on. I went to America for 6 weeks back in June. From the village to Philadelphia, well, we stayed in good friends' rooms. Heading south from Tennessee, back up north in time. We made friends along the way, drinking good moonshine. Oh yeah! Barbecue, home of the Deep Blues scene. French Lake welcome at the deck was the best I've ever seen. Wisco towns lit up the night, Chicago blew my mind. We made friends along the way, drinking good moonshine. Oh yeah! Cruising with the boys, off to another juke joint where we make plenty noise. Cherry County, round the bend, in for the East Coast line. We made friends along the way, drinking good moonshine. Oh yeah! Well, Boston with the Ramblers, England all around, ending up in Brooklyn where we played the last showdown. Stateside story tells it all, documents the time. We made friends along the way, drinking good moonshine, drinking good moonshine, drinking good moonshine. Woo! Good moonshine. On a slightly out of tune, but not altogether bad, banjo. So, we're going to carry on with the cooking now. But first, if you're enjoying the show, you'll see there's a wee thing below. If you're enjoying the show, you can help out by contributing to the production costs and my stress levels via paypal.me/Dave Arcari music. And I'm hearing Margaret shouting on me. I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, I'm about to try and get this other recipe coming, but before I do it, I'm going to have to sort out my microphone, so bear with me just a second. And hopefully, we'll get in here with this as well. I hope. So, without further ado, we're on to recipe number 2, which is bacon wrapped smoked pork. But I think I made a bit of a mess somewhere. So anyway, let's go. I made a mess in the kitchen. I made a mess in the garden. God help me. Oh dear, this one's going to cracker. Lay out some cling film in the worktop and start laying out the bacon for the weave. Streaky bacon works a little bit better, but I've only got this back bacon in the fridge. Hello again, Adrian Thomas, Bob, Wrinkly Bottom. Drink. I'm going to drink, Bob. Weave the strips of bacon, then cover with another layer of cling film. This is a great hint, actually. Use a rolling pin, because it not only extends the size of the weave, but it helps it all stick together. And then give the weave a good sprinkling of the rub we made earlier. Then place your pork, loin on top, and use the cling film to help wrap the weave right round it. And then once it's done, stick it in the fridge for a few hours and then get the smoker ready. We've got a vertical smoker too, but the Kamado that I'm using here is much better. Decent lump wood charcoal's a must, and I'm using an electric loose lighter to get it lit. And once it's settled down, stick in a few chunks of apple wood, then put on the ceramic heat deflector when you can find it. Here we go. Bang. And then, if you can find it, put on the grate and find a temperature probe connected up to the thermometer to monitor the temperature in the pit. This thermometer's got 2 probes, one for the pit and one for the meat, and it sends readings via a remote control receiver. Now it's kind of best to burp the smoker when you're opening it. It kind of helps avoid any flare up. So when the thing's going, you want to let some of the smoke out, then open it up, and then I wipe it with some sesame oil or olive oil or whatever, just to keep it kind of smooth and stop the stuff sticking. And once the pit's stable, about 225 degrees, put the pork in, and then another probe that's attached to the thermometer. Stick that in and keep an eye on the pit temperature. I use the vents on the smoker to keep it under control, and try and keep it between 220 250 degrees. That's pretty good if you can manage that. So there we go. While the pork is smoking away low and slow, let's play another song. But first I'm going to have a wee check here. There's Duncan Markham watching. I'm going to get the guitar out again if I can find it. It's maybe fallen over on the gravel. I hope you're kind of all enjoying this. I'm having fun. This is what happens when you don't drink enough whiskey before trying to do a live cooking show. So Oh, Margaret's replying to Scott on there. I'm trying to keep a wee eye on what's going on here. Let's see. Colin Carrick's watching. Hi Scott, and thanks for watching last night, Scott. Louis, John Beard Dunseth, Duncan Markham, Bob Wrinkly Bottom. I like probing. And there's Peter McShannon watching from Kintyre. How's it going? Right, where are we now? Let's give it another song, because I'm getting a bit frantic here. I'll no doubt get a row from Margaret for everything being a little bit. Oh dear me. I have to, let's get some tuning action going on here. That sounded bloody awful. I must have played the first song like that as well, did I? Tuning up in the garden. Nothing ever goes smoothly outside apart from the cooking. So, especially for you watching episode 3 of Cooking Up the Blues and getting a laugh at me making an arse at every turn, here's a song called Bring My Baby Back. Baby back. Ian Morrison, you were first again. Hell yeah. Now, we've got to finish that smoked pork and some stuff to go with it. But in order to do that, I have to sort out my microphone again. I was meant to bring another microphone and have it clipped on, but I forgot. So I'm going to now try and add a phantom microphone. Let's see if this is going to work. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. If I knew what I was doing, I would be doing very well. But I've not got a clue because I'm trying to do too many different things at once and I don't know whether I'm coming or going, and I've now made the same mistake twice. Anyway, thanks for bearing with me. Who's watching? Lots of you. You're all watching me, making an absolute idiot of myself. I'm sorry, folks. Right, I'm going to give you my excuse. I was all ready to go with this, or the plan was in place, and then this morning, hi Heather, this morning, my crown, one of my teeth, fell out before breakfast time. So I phoned the dentist for an emergency appointment, but the dentist like 4 miles away, and Margaret was away in the car, and so I had to walk there and back and go to the dentist and everything. So that took up about 2 or 3 hours of time that I hadn't bargained for. I know it's a lousy excuse. Thanks, Alistair. Hope you and Carol are doing good. So anyway, let's try and get this microphone sorted out. And if I can do that, we'll be cooking, not with gas, but with smoke and charcoal. So let's see. Now that looks like it might be working. It might be working. So I'm going to now go back to the cooking. Any more comments on here? What's happening? Let's see who's saying what. Oh, look at all these comments. Sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to monitor this. That's why I'm leaning forward. But it's quite far away from me and I can't see anything. Floor manager needs kick. But I have to kick myself up the butt, Bob. Who else is here? Heather, hello. Wardy, Ian Sirens, Bob Wrinkley-Bottom. Margaret McDonald's watching and shouting at me through the door. What's Dorothy saying? That's a great excuse. Well, they couldn't fix it because they're not allowed to use air or water or do any drilling. And I had the thing in a little plastic tub with me. So anyway, they've put a temporary dressing on it until lockdown restrictions. Hello, Colin Gibson and Matty. Yeah, so there's a temporary thing on in here, and hopefully it won't fall out when I eat this pork later on. So anyway, remember, you can make contributions to the production costs and my time, and me walking to the dentist and back perhaps, via www.paypal.me/Dave Arcari. Every little helps, and your support means I can continue the series of Cooking Up the Blues, hopefully in a slightly more organised manner. Anyway, let's go back to the kitchen and make some barbecue sauce and some other stuff to go with the smoked pork. So we're going to add a few drops of Tabasco to 120ml of tomato ketchup, then 4 tablespoonfuls of runny honey, well, I'm using agave here because we don't have any honey, and I think agave is a little bit, I don't know, is it a little bit healthier? I don't know. Anyway, 4 tablespoons of runny honey or agave. And then I have a wee carton of apple juice open and put in the same of apple juice, 4 tablespoons of apple juice. And then some, well, I don't know what you call it, Lee and Perns Worcestershire sauce, Worcester sauce. A few glugs of that. Some people just put a few drops in, but I can't taste it if you just put a few drops in. So a couple of glugs of that, and then a decent sized glug of balsamic vinegar. Now, hiding under my knife here, I have a clove of garlic. I'm going to give it a bang, and then I'm going to add that clove of crushed garlic. And then scrape up any leftovers. Give it a good stir. You can put it to the side. Sometimes you put it in the microwave for 10 or 15 seconds just to give it a wee kind of warm through. That's quite good. Back outside at the smoker, the pork's pretty much ready when it hits 145 degrees, and you can wrap it up in tin foil and a towel, put it in a cool box to rest until you're ready to eat. Take the probe out, and it's looking pretty good, I would say. In the kitchen, I've cut up some tatties into chips and had them soaking in cold water, and going to give them a drain and then give them a good dry in paper towels. This helps if you're using an air fryer like I'm using here. This is our old air fryer, and then adds a good dose of salt, pepper, and mix it up. Usually try and mix the salt and pepper through before I put in a tablespoon or so of olive oil. If I do it beforehand, I get myself all covered in oil and I make a terrible mess and I can't play the guitar. Give them another good mix. Put them in the air fryer. Then by the magic of time lapse, 20 minutes later, the air fryer, you see them right. Then slice up the pork. Nice thick slices. There's a good wee smoke halo there. I'm a wee bit out of focus with the camera, I'm afraid. That was just one of these things. And then basically dish it up. We've got fries out the air fryer. We've got some asparagus, makes your pea smell funny, and add the barbecue sauce. Delicious! Well, it's Margaret's favourite. She doesn't like a lot of things that come out the smoker. She doesn't like the ribs. She likes the brisket. She's not that keen on the pulled pork. Anyway, I like all the things that come out the smoker. And often our guests do too. So that's about it for this week. That's episode 3, done and dusted. A few major panics. Sorry, I was completely disorganised, not set up properly, and made an arse of an awful lot of things. But you can rest assured the food is good. So you can either try it or you can come around here sometime and we'll all try it. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this week's shenanigans, and I'll see you same time, same place, much more organised. No trips, emergency trips to the dentist to throw me off my programme next Monday, and I'll see you then for episode 4. Cheers and thanks for watching.